Yes.
Welcome to the Dawg and Gus show now on Feel It Radio.
What's up, Dog?
Not much, Gus. You?
Not much. We got a full house.
We do.
We got two. Actually, we have two tiers.
We do.
Two tiers.
We should have got these guys to build us a little dais or whatever it's called.
A dais?
Dais?
Je ne sais pas.
Oh my God! Get an education. A little stage.
Yeah. So we're gonna have no fun on this show today
At all.
So who do we have, Doggy?
You tell me.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? It's Rockin Engine, baby. Yeah. I have been waiting to get these guys on the show since the first time I saw them at the Minotaur.
I know you.
It's been a while.
It's actually it's funny that you say that because you did, like, as soon as I saw you after the show, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna have Rockin Engine on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we've been chasing you for months.
Yeah, we've been running away. Apparently it didn't work. But
Ouch.
Yeah, exactly.
Finally trapped it. We had to sponsor a fucking show to get them on.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
No, well, I think it was also we had to establish ourselves a little bit. They wanted to make sure we were for real.
What? They didn't want to be our third or fourth guests?
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
bastards.
Was it that long ago?
Yes, it's been a while.
No, it's
that
been a
show,
while.
yeah, at least a year for the
Something like
Minotaur,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
because I think that was the very first show I went out to see since we started the podcast,
Okay.
and it was amazing. You guys were like, I was just like, oh yeah, Gus, oh yeah, these guys, yes, absolutely,
That's how he said it too. He said, it like, "Oh yeah,
guys.
yeah."
Like I was having a stroke.
So, how did the band come together? What was the formation?
It started.
Us or everyone else?
I think. Well, it started with the Steves to start with. So Steve and Steve, we were actually training together, and at some point, I was looking for a band to jam with. He was in a band. It wasn't something like super serious. It was just a basement band and stuff. And at some point, I got to play with them. I ended up in the band. I fucked up the band. I broke up. No. But yeah, the girl went with the drummer, and band stuff. It's always like that.
There's
So,
always some
so
politics.
that's why we're only guys in the band. So, well, I don't know about if you two guys hook up from time to time, but anyway. So yeah,
the rhythm
so at
section.
some point we had a two guitarist band. So we were like, okay, what the hell? We need some more musicians here. And afterwards, Joel here, I met him in a tattoo shop. And so we started talking, and he was in the band as well. And it was like, okay, I'll try it out, and let's see how it goes. And it was it. We had a drummer, so the only thing missing was a bassist. We got his older bassist, and we had a band.
That's
so
awesome.
it's I think it was in 2015 that we were like really formed as a band. And we only started to write our own music though in 2017. So we ended up releasing our first album, which I consider our demo album, in 2018.
Cool. It's awesome. Yeah, no, I'm glad you guys formed. That's for sure.
Oh, so am I. I mean, at least we got something to do during the night.
Yeah, I guess I would imagine you guys as artists need to have your outlet, right? So I think that's definitely positive that you kind of all met at the right time. And
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
they
so
kinda
too.
worked
We met JP afterwards because the bassist we formerly had his own company. It wasn't working out with timing and everything. He was always busy, and he lived kind of far from us. So it was hard for him to be there when we needed and everything. So at some point he just said, guys, I think it would be best if you find someone else. And so we got a younger guy. He ended up studying law in Ottawa, which is not time consuming at all. So so he ended up leaving as well. So afterwards, we were left only with JP. So that was the last choice we had.
I would just drop the ball on these guys.
exactly.
So actually,
You have no choice. Take me or die.
So yeah, at some point I did a post on Facebook, and we had the guy from Seven Snakes, Kevin. He contacted me, and he said, I know this guy JP, and I think he would fit very well with you guys. And I didn't know JP at the time, so I said, okay, well, I'll chat with him and we'll see. And so at some point I ended up calling him, and we talked for like 2 hours. I felt like a teenager with his first girlfriend, talking. So, it worked. It clicked. We had right away, right off the bat, we had great chemistry, and we had a lot of things in common, and that was nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We kind of need that in a band for sure. I mean,
Yes, chemistry is very, very important.
yeah.
And the first question was, JP, you're not allowed to leave the band ever.
Yeah.
I will die doing this.
Nice. Well, that's cool. Yeah, that's
Death
two of the questions I was
sentence.
going to ask.
Exactly. Yeah. There you are. I was like, put the mic to your face already.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Get it up there so we can hear what you have to say.
No, you sound good. You sound good.
Like
It's,
they say every time they see a bass player with a microphone in a bar, especially at Nebraska, I said, man, you're giving that guy a mic. Are you serious? You know what's going to come out of that guy's mouth?
true.
yeah.
You don't know what's going to come out
We
of
are taking a
bass player.
chance. Yeah.
I'm willing to take the chance. I'm
Yeah.
okay with it.
Well, hell, we can edit the shit out of
You
this.
might want to wash the mic afterwards.
We flap our lips a lot and we fart a lot.
It's not his mic, so he doesn't really worry about it.
Shit.
Oh, no fun at all. Not having any fun. Do you guys remember what your first paid gig was?
You mean
Yes.
people are getting paid?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Or did you? Oh, sorry. Let me rephrase that. Do you remember the first gig that you guys had to pay to play?
Do you remember the first gig where you didn't pay Steve?
The first paid gig. I don't know.
Warrior Soul.
Warrior Soul. Yeah, I guess that was it. Yeah, we were contacted by. Well, actually, I think you know the story better because
Yeah.
it was through you.
I think I saw a post come out one morning. I was getting ready, waiting for my boss at like 3 a.m. at a Tim Hortons parking lot. And I see this post from Kevin Michaud for Front Row Promotions, and he's a good buddy of mine. I'm like, wow, Warrior Soul. Man, I hadn't seen them in 27 years. Last time I saw them opening up for Queensryche, I'm like, they're coming to a bar. Like, hey, dude, I want this show. Can we get this show? He goes, man, I didn't even know you were in a band again. Like, yeah, I'm with Rockin Engine. Same night, set up the conference call, calls me. We never even talk about the show. It was automatic that I had the show. He didn't even hear the band yet. And then went from there.
That's
and
cool.
then turned out friggin' really good for our first show, really.
Yeah.
It was our first show together as a band
Yeah, that's cool.
with me in it.
Pretty good like band to open for too, right?
Oh yeah, like I mean Corey Clark, when you meet one of your idols type of thing, it kind of shakes the tree a bit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then your idol comes up and says, man, you guys had a great set. How often does somebody stick around to even compliment you on your show? Especially an act that's already been recognized, did major tours. That's kind of pretty cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
Just wanted to add from the previous question, like how did we meet up and things. Well, JP like really came in at a good timing, and back in the day, we didn't have any of the connections that we had in the bars. We didn't know the owners. We didn't know anything. Like we were playing, but like to our friends would come over to the bar, and that's what it was. But we didn't get any paid gigs. We didn't get anything. So JP was really the first guy that we got into the Ottawa music scene, or the music scenes at large. So we feel very lucky to have him on board.
Wow,
That's why we keep them.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Oh, you keep him now because he's a scary bassist. Is why you keep him. With the hair flowing and stuff, man. It's just listen. The first time I saw you guys, I was like, I wanted to talk to you, but I was scared shitless. I'm just like, I'm looking at JP. I'm like, no, I'm afraid of him. I'm afraid of him.
You've got sleeves too.
I
You
know,
could-
man.
you could fit
Yeah,
right in.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Not then. The beard was like here back then.
Yeah, now it's part of his.
But I'm just looking at you guys going, they're a little intense, and you guys are all dressed up like, all in black leather and whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, I'll ask them, but I'm going to do it through social media
Oh yeah.
because I'm a little bit of a pussy.
That was my first reaction when I saw him the first time you went to the jam room, and I was like, man, are you serious, guys? It's a fucking monster. He's so fucking weirdo. Man. And
We're all gonna have the cops on.
he's our best friend now.
Yeah.
But it was, wow, impressive. And the first time we did our show at the Brass, and the gig went very well, and I remember that I said to my friend, man, you got to see this guy on stage. He's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
He's a fucking monster. And and yeah, I'm really happy, man. This guy is with us now because
it's a great
he's
fit
a big
for all
part.
you guys, right?
You know, everyone has a big part in the band, but you know, we do all of our stuff. But that's pretty cool. This guy is like he's the monster.
Yeah,
He brings the energy.
he's larger than life up there, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. And us also to sort of put it in your minds that once he booked that gig, you realize you're like, we're a real band now. Like, you know, not to say that you weren't before.
No, but I think I think you're right.
Brought some professionalism to it, maybe. I think.
I think the experience that he brought to the band just kind of upgraded our showmanship as well, and everything. So at that point, I think we recognized ourselves as a real band, you know, because like they said, it was our first paid gig. We didn't have any of the contacts before that. We didn't have anything, so it was really nice. And we met Scotty for the first time. Scotty from the Brass Monkey for the first time at that point, and he became a friend real quick of the band. He was already friends with JP, but now he's friends with all of us, and we created a really great relationship with Scotty, and that's why we have like major opportunities to open for bigger bands now. So yeah, thank you, Scotty, by the way.
Yeah, Scotty's good people.
Scotty's very much like family to us, like especially to me, because like with stuff like we've had bands try to like want to do shows with us, just like recently. I won't mention names, and then he caught on to that because they approached him. Yeah, they talked with Steve, but then they approached him trying to book a show, but with us as the headliner, but without us really saying yeah. And he kind of caught on to that. So, and it's cool that he caught on to that because he could have just went and booked it. Then it's a no-show on our behalf.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because it's like there's nobody talking but him approaching us, saying, "Hey, did you guys like really book a show with these guys?" No, we're in the talks, but nothing's talked about a date or anything like that.
Yeah,
So it's cool to have like
Someone watching your back, you know,
reputable
so-
like
yeah.
that watching our back, because a lot of other bars would have just said, "Yeah, book it." So it's good to have somebody watching our back at the same time.
for sure.
Because stuff like that can really hurt you, especially if you're booking when you already have a show within 30 days or 60 days in the city before and after.
Mhm.
So that can really tarnish what you're doing.
Yeah, and I would imagine that it's also like it can be make or break sort of situation, like you were
Yeah.
saying. You know, like if you had somebody who was a dick or like
Yeah.
there's bar owners that aren't very nice, right? They
Yeah.
don't give a shit about the band; they just want the money, right? And,
Exactly.
but it is good to have like an ally in the industry, right? So,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Well, there are other good people, you know.
No,
Yeah,
it seems.
Scotty.
I'm not saying that like you would have more experience with somebody who's worse than others, but I would suspect that in Ottawa, it doesn't seem like there's that many terrible places to play. But
No, not at all. I think everywhere we played, we always been very well treated, with respect, and the sound guys, sound techs, always cool, always willing to work with us. And but we're the type of band that we like to help. We don't like just stand back and watch you work and say, "That's your job. That's not mine." No, we're not that type of people. We like to to be hands on and just give a hand to the other bands, to the sound tech, and everyone. So everything runs smoothly, and everyone wins. That way.
yeah,
Yeah, you see that when I saw that show, like I didn't know you guys from A Hole in the Wall, but I see you guys helping the other bands, like when you're getting ready to come off the stage. Even the first band, you guys weren't even going on stage yet,
Yeah.
and everybody's helping out everybody, taking stuff off the stage, bringing stuff onto the stage. And somebody like me who just first time, I'm noticing this, right? And the community is like so. And these guys are like, these bands are excited for you guys to go on. Like, I can't wait till fucking Rockin Engine goes on. They're just like, they're like little kids. They're like, come on, let's go.
yeah, that's cool.
After they played their set, right? They're just standing there waiting. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, where did that show come from? Like, where does the energy? Why did you want to? Is that what you envisioned? Is this what you wanted to bring a lot of energy at the show? And that's kind of what you guys. That's your kind of your credo, or what?
I think it's just naturally, even when we were a cover band, that's the way we play. I mean, I've always wanted to be a frontman or at least a guitarist, but the type of guitarist that stands out, or the type of singer that stands out, and not because I like the attention, but it's just something that I enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
I can see you.
Yes, I know you can see me.
But
It wasn't very non. It was just very much this.
make a show.
Yes, yes, sir.
When you're on stage, you can become with whatever you want. Whoever the hell you want to be. So I mean, that's what I caught on, and I just wanted to be this kind of animal on stage, and that's what I am on stage. When I'm not on stage, I'm a super calm guy. I mean, I don't go around and screaming after people. I mean, it's just I'm just a regular guy.
Your alter ego.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny because I was going to say that too, because I've met him and I'm just like, I watch him on stage and you're like, all of you guys, the personas are completely different, right? Like you're just kind of like, because when I saw you the first time, I'm like, holy shit, I'm never talking to these guys. You guys are crazy. And then I end up talking to Steve one day and he's like, okay, you're not the same guy I saw on stage, and JP the same way. And I didn't get a chance to talk much with you two guys, but it's just the intensity on stage is kind of like, this is fucked up, but it's awesome.
I figured that it must be pretty much the same with a lot of people, a lot of musicians, even international musicians. I mean, I've met Paco from The Agonist, lead guitarist, and he's a good friend. And when I first saw him on stage, I was like, this guy is a freaking animal. I mean, it was intimidating just to watch him play. Oh, okay, wow. And when I went to speak to him, he had this super soft voice, and it was like
super calm.
I mean,
Stress over anything.
Yeah.
Super respectful.
Yeah.
By the way, he was our guitar teacher for me and Steve.
Yeah.
Was that right?
Steve's, yeah.
Cool.
So when we started the band-ish, we're like, oh, we need to get a course or something. Start to learn the theory of everything behind it.
Right.
And, we
Just to get more musical knowledge, just
exactly.
to, for writing purposes mostly. Just to,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, no, the energy is important. I think it's contagious as well. I mean, if you want people to have energy in front of you, you have to show energy as well.
Yeah.
So, and if you're like if you're a lame performer, well, people are not going to catch on to that, and you don't expect to have a mosh pit if you're not moving, if you're not driving the crowd and everything. So.
Yeah.
JP is doing a hell of a good job for that. I mean, he's really good. He takes a lot of space on stage. I'm, in the back of I have to stand near the microphone, so I can't move around much. But I try to move around as much as possible and get the crowd running, and just hype them up.
Sometimes just using your lyrics and your voice and that's different, and then he brings a different energy.
Exactly.
But it's cool to watch too, is the juxtaposition between like you standing still and him moving like a madman, and the other Steve going and you going on the drums. And then there's the Steve going singing, right? And it's just cool to watch.
Yeah.
It's just the energy is just like, it's insane, and that's what
it works.
the first time.
Good
Yeah.
chemistry.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
chemistry, yeah.
For sure.
Totally feed off each other's energy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and if we can't create that energy on stage, we can't bring it. If we can't like have that energy on stage within each other, the chemistry, how do you get the crowd? How do you bring them into our little circle?
Yeah.
Even though they're in the crowd, they're really on stage with us. Like, I mean, that's how I look at it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, I mean, from time to time, like maybe once or twice I've gone in the middle, like at the brass, and get in the pit. No better feeling than that.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, but if we could have that on a big stage, that would be awesome. Like, I mean, have your little mini pit, then you boot them off after.
That's
You
right.
know,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
but they got to get off with a stage dive.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh.
but we need the big venues to do something. Like
Yeah,
Wow.
You know, that's when-
that's
but you
happening
gotta
at
think
the-
big
at the
sometimes, right?
you should absolutely.
It's like-
I think you should think
Some
big. Why
some
wouldn't you?
bands, like, I mean, the reason they got onto big arenas or just bigger venues was they had to be loud, they had to be obnoxious, and just not. People didn't want them in small areas anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
They had no choice but to move up to like maybe Bronson Center or
It's-
It's
an insurance thing. We can't have them in a small place anymore, guys. They're going to hurt
That's-
somebody.
and that's right. And the brass knows
Put them at the
that.
CTC, for Christ's
Yeah,
sake.
Yeah.
Rockin Engines go, okay, we got to change the venue.
Believe me, when you throw
Open
your
the
bass
back
a few
door.
Outdoor
times,
Yeah.
venue.
There we go.
when you throw your bass a few times and you take out like sprinkler systems,
Yeah.
come very close. Thank God that
That was
I think
scary.
that pipe was dead. I hope.
It is now.
It did happen.
Oh my God.
It's dead now.
Well, it's not a party till the fire marshal cancels this gig, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Well,
it's
it's
not
not.
a
It's not
party.
a heavy metal show
No,
unless
it's
something
not.
fucked up happens. That's
All
for
right.
sure.
I have a question. I want to know your guilty musical pleasure. So something that's going to surprise and Steve's laughing already because it's going to be something. And I want to know, because I know what I know what you play. But is there something that you listen to or that you like to listen to that nobody would go, really? You?
I mean, I love the groovy stuff on drums. I'm not. I know our style is more trash metal, but I like the groovy stuff like the Lamb of God or
Okay.
Slipknot, something like.
Or like Marvin Gaye.
Okay, something really guilty. I mean, I love the disco.
There you go. See, this is what I'm looking for.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love the disco groove.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's
There's so many
simple.
There's so many cool disco drum beats, right?
Yeah,
so that's probably
yeah.
where that comes from, right?
Yeah.
It's true because I never growing up, I'm older, so I didn't get into the disco. I hated it. And now I have a show on Sundays where I play it. Right. And I have an appreciation for it. And like you said, like the drum grooves, the bass, holy shit, like the bass in some my lines in some of these songs. I was like, okay, I was really, really stupid back then. Because right now, like this is some amazing guitar work and bass work and drum work and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy.
A lot of the metal comes from everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everything's borrowed, right? Everything circles. Ozzy said it best. Sabbath may have created some, but Sabbath borrowed too. The world goes around. Every riff's been done. But over time, the guys just embellish and with their sound and their pedals and whatever, and they make something original, right?
Yeah.
So I'll follow up. I really like 80s pop music.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I mean George Michael, a lot of stuff. Even what's his name?
Modern talking.
Yeah. I mean, just Lionel Richie. I mean,
Lionel Richie.
stuff like that. It's just stuff that I like to listen to during the weekend. When you just you finish your week, you're just enjoying a cool Friday night with your wife, having a drink, and just pop some old 80s music, have some fun and chill, and that's it. I mean, that's my guilty pleasure.
That's a good answer, Steve. I like you a lot.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All
Steve?
right, the other Steve. So for myself, okay, I got 3 kids. All right, so during the weekend,
He blames it on the kids.
yes, I blame it on the kids. No, but
Taylor
seriously,
Swift.
I want them to have the experience of listening multiple things. All right, so they do listen to metal because their father listens to metal, of course. But I'll listen to pop, lots of rap, lots of other stuff. Anything that's popular, that's out there, that's got a beat. I'll put it on. Why? The kids love to learn new music. They love to dance. They love to move around, and I just love to do it with them.
Yeah.
So at the same time, stress reliever a little bit. It's just loosen up the house. Get the party going. Not for too long, but just
Okay, go to bed.
yeah.
Okay.
Go to bed. Now it's
Yeah.
time.
Now you're all wound up. Go to bed.
But it's an opportunity for me and for them to get a moment together and just really enjoy it.
But what a cool way to do it, right? Like
Yeah,
with your
exactly.
kids to just enjoy music with them. That's that's the
Exactly.
best thing ever.
Got the big
I have no
speaker.
kids, but that's seriously music and enjoying it with people.
Yeah.
Nothing better.
Yeah, I'm into Raffi right now.
Yeah, man.
Raffi's really
We were listening to Raffi on the way to Montreal.
It's funny. Sometime with the guys, we were at the shooting video and stuff, and then we got a little break, and then we're screwing around, and then I pull up this song, Funky Town or something like that, or I'll play the Bee Gees.
That's there's a clip from Godsmack getting ready to go on stage, and they're playing the Bee Gees, and what's his name? He's just singing. He's just like crazy, and the drummer's just drumming along, and they're just having a great time. It's like loosening them up before the show, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great songs.
Yeah. And JP, what's your guilty pleasure?
For me,
Oh.
man, geez, I got a lot of those.
Music wise, Mister.
Music.
Funny part is like my wife.
PG.
My wife gets a kick out of it too at times because when we go out north and we go hiking, I don't necessarily bring the metal with me because
Yeah.
it's what I do every day.
Yeah.
I get my roots from listening to stuff like Adele, Michael Bublé, Diana Krall.
See, so now
Like,
Wow.
talk.
looking at him
I
on
did
stage, you
not
think that this
expect
guy would
that.
listen to Adele? That's why I asked the question.
Well,
I-
Adele-
I've had
also-
her-
well, but Adele's super talented. I mean,
She
people are
certainly
gonna-
is.
People are gonna like
Oh.
her. You hear her voice; she's talented.
I know.
For me, it's the.
I get
for me,
it,
it's
though. I get your point.
To be somebody that can sing to a piano and nothing else.
It's impressive.
You can't cheat. That singer cannot cheat. You can
True,
do
yeah.
all the auto tune you want.
Sinatra.
She's gonna get caught. Somebody get caught with their pants down if you're playing with a piano and an auto tune voice. Is that
True. Yeah.
you know? Like I mean,
Yeah.
it's just one of these things, and it's like kind of like the jazz,
Mhm.
stuff like that. You know, like I am a diehard metalhead. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about that. That's
You don't
never
look
gonna
it. You
change.
really don't.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Then that's why I love asking that question. I
What's
just
your
want, I
guilty-
want, I want
What's
something.
your guilty pleasure?
I already told you my guilty pleasure is a group called Oxo. They're like an '80s band, and it's like pop. You get diabetes listening to this stuff. They're so pop. You look them up. It's OXO.
Okay.
Or they had a song in the '80s called "Whirly Girl," and it's just the crappiest song ever. But it's so upbeat and pop, and it's like I hate it, but I love it. So yeah, that's mine. You?
So,
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. Raffi. No.
I know. I can't stand Raffi. It's funny. Like I listen to a lot of hip hop and I listen to obviously, but I'm also into metal, which is you guys wouldn't get really because by looking at me. But I definitely love metal. We went and saw Rammstein. We were talking about it earlier,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
I do like putting on Rammstein when I'm by myself, and like it's so that I'm like driving to an appointment and just like completely losing my mind in the car.
You can
You know?
sing and nobody cares,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. In German as
No,
well.
but he does that with me in the car because he doesn't care.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll put on like I do like. It's funny that he says '80s music because we have the ongoing '80s and '90s battle that him and I have.
Yep.
But I showed him Modern Talking recently because it's like a song that's trending on TikTok, and you're like,
Yep.
Yeah, I'm right into that Cherry Cherry song. Cherry Cherry.
Yeah, I played it on my show on
was it
Saturday.
Cherry Cherry Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I was right into that song right now. So
Yeah.
but I'll always tend to go back to '90s hip hop because I feel like that's when it was at its height. That was the best that you'll ever hear. But
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
I still have that CD.
Yeah.
But no, that's a guilty pleasure. Sometimes good vibrations every now and then. But no, like Biggie and Tupac
Okay.
and Nas and Ice Cube and
Yeah.
all those guys. You know,
Gangster rap.
Yeah. Because look at him. Look at him.
in the heyday. I love it.
He's a gangster.
That's right.
You can tell. Just look at his face.
I'm a G.
Yeah. So whose idea was it to first start putting the makeup on to go on stage?
Well, I do it every weekend, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, no.
Oh,
On a Saturday night. Oops.
That's when he's listening to his '80s music with his
That's
wife,
where I know him from.
He's like putting his lipstick on.
Down on Rito Street.
You see
knew he looked
Silence of the
familiar.
Lambs, right?
Lamb? Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Would you fuck me?
What's that?
Puts the
Silence.
lotion
Yeah,
on the
Silence of the Lambs?
skin.
Yeah. He puts the. All right. Did we get an answer? I wasn't sure if we got an answer.
We got something.
So the makeup part, I don't know. I think it just happened at some point.
JP, I'm going to say.
last show or before?
No, we started kind of getting with the second album, we started kind of like wearing the war paint, kind of having
Yeah, it was-
the
it was-
dirty look, you
Yeah,
know?
it was more like a dirty look, like a post-apocalyptic
Grimy.
theme. I really often I had my fingernails black. Again, had black like makeup on my eyes and stuff like that. But it was pretty, subtle. It wasn't, anything too big. But I think it was, for me, I think it was mostly when we did after the video for Carnival of Evil.
Mhm.
I think that's when we decided to have a theme. You know, to just go with the theme and see how far it goes.
Well, the first time I saw it was
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like nice.
I think that was really the first time we went really all out because
Full
the,
makeup
because the video wasn't even released yet.
Yeah.
So at that point we're like, maybe we should start doing it.
Yeah. It
Because
was cool.
Kind of started pushing.
It was cool because I was helping out JS, and I was at the door, and I hear you guys play, and I turn around like, what? It was cool. I was like, they're wearing makeup.
Yeah.
This is even more awesome than before.
because at first we talked about it and it was like, okay, well maybe it could be a good way to promote our new video. Just having full makeup that we had in the video and just performing like it. And but the reaction was really, really good, and we had a lot of positive feedback afterwards. So after that, we were like, okay, well, I think I think we're going to continue with that theme, and we're going to have fun with it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
cool.
So I find with the second album, like apart from the third, when I think the pandemic really hurt that one, is if you've seen like Let It Burn and stuff, we had the costumes.
Yes, yes.
And I'm sure we would have went on stage at one point with that, but pandemic didn't really, so we never really got to celebrate that album. Really.
Right.
No.
We're doing like with everything we're doing now, it's like we're almost putting The Wretched and the Damned and Carnival and Altered by Evil together in like one big package, right?
Nice. Yeah.
That's why these songs are still being received as almost like being brand new, because there was many shows that we really done,
unfortunately, right?
prior to pandemic, right?
Yeah. Well, I tell you, man, it's the coolest thing. Because I was just like, could they get any cooler? Yes, they did.
well,
A little fanboy here.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're
Little-
really,
Little fanboy over here.
Yeah, you're like
Stop it.
You're smitten.
Maybe.
Yeah, I like it. That's good. No, they're awesome. They're cool dudes. So what was your first tattoo? What was your first tattoo?
Oh, ooh.
That's you guys.
He's never asked me that.
Me neither,
He
bro.
wants to know
Me
your
neither.
first tattoo.
Steve and I over here have zero. So we,
his first tattoo is on his dick.
yeah,
No.
output, not
That's
input.
okay.
You got
Yeah, I know. We still accept you, Steve.
No. I'm not talking about this one.
No. Oops.
Talk about the second tattoo.
Yeah. Talk about one that you wanna talk
I
about.
got my right arm from the shoulder to the elbow first,
so
and then
half
I
sleeve?
got half my chest then, and then the rest of my arm, and then I got mine pretty much in the same year. I don't know. I was in part of my life where I decided to get, move to something else, and I got my arm tattoo, and that's where I met Steve too.
Yeah, you were saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, are you like me where you go to the same guy? You're loyal to your tattoo guy?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's a big thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
I felt bad because I did one for to raise money for the distress center, and I felt bad going to get that one done. I'm like, Greg, I'm going. He's that's cool, man. Just go get it done. So they're pretty cool.
Well, and it depends on people, I think. But when you like the style of of your artist,
Exactly.
You mean if you like it, and you I don't know. I like to encourage someone when he does a great job too. And that's my point.
I mean, it
Fair
depends on
enough.
what you want, right? I mean, people are good with black and gray. Yeah, some artists are good with like realistic tattoos and stuff like that. Some others are more like cartoon oriented. So it all depends on the artist's work, and that's why they have a portfolio before you get a tattoo. Do your job and study their work.
Yeah.
My first tattoo was basically just to kind of be a rebel when I was 15 years old. I actually got a small flash tattoo. It was a dragon, a fantasy dragon, which I didn't really like, but I thought it was cool, and I didn't care really what it was. But I just wanted a tattoo for me to hide from my mom, right? So and at some point, she was doing the laundry, and the tattoo kind of leaked.
Bled through your shirt?
On
Yeah.
my sheets.
Oh, on the
so
sheets.
she saw that, there was something. What's this design on the sheet? What is this? I was like, oh, dude, I'm so dumb. Okay, well, Mama got a tattoo. No! So it was the end of the world, and but obviously, with the face I have, it's all.
Yeah, she forgave her
She forgave
her little
me.
Stevie.
Yep. So that was my first tattoo.
JP.
Oh man, I think in high school I tattooed myself. We got some Indian ink needles. We tattooed. I had crosses. I had crew on my knuckles, and on my first real tattoo, I wanted to feel the machine. I was underage, obviously.
Well, so was Steve.
Somebody took me in and they did it, and I just got the little theater of pain masks
Nice.
on my chest, but it was probably the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
And from there, I was like, all right, man, this is like wussy. I can't go like this, man. Then I met my buddy, and from there, it was just like half the first stuff is all covered.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just redoing everything as I'm going now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I hear you.
yeah, so that was my first one. It was a really dinky one, but it started a bug that never ended.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's for a lot of people. It's when you start, you can't stop.
Oh no, it's an addiction.
Yes, exactly. A painful pleasure.
I try to find all the painful spots,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and those are where I go first.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
Is he like
sternum.
pain?
Yeah,
Sternum.
I like the pain. Yeah,
Sternum, your neck.
especially
your
with these new machines that they have now.
They're so quiet.
They're quiet. You don't feel
Yeah,
them.
it's-
It's not like
yeah.
the meat grinder.
Take our word for it, Steve.
Those meat
Yeah.
grinders back in the day, man.
Oh, man,
they,
they
they were awesome too, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, you didn't look forward to the next tattoo
No,
because every
You-
time they go over that same old spot, it was just like, oh man.
you get that PTSD from it when you hear it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Twitching
yeah,
starts.
absolutely, man.
Well,
Absolutely.
even for the artists, right? Because my buddy Greg, he's like he loves the new machines. He loves them because they're so quiet and I guess it's not a lot of shaking in his hand when they're
Yeah.
because they're like.
They're so balanced.
I know,
Because I
right?
used to
Oh,
do
yeah.
tattoo,
Oh yeah.
and the old machine with this cast iron
Mhm,
and coil and everything, and was very hard on the
Yep, on the wrist and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
But the new machine is like a crayon.
Yeah.
You can just
It's crazy, and then it gives them a lot more artistic flow, right?
oh yeah.
It's incredible.
It's so like easygoing. I mean, you can. It's like drawing on a paper.
Yeah.
It's super easy to handle, and you
Yeah,
know.
for sure. Cool. What's your first tattoo going to be? He is talking of getting one.
Yeah, I have a plan. So I had twin daughters a year ago, and I want my mother to write their names out, and I'm going to put it on my arm underneath, just because whenever my mom does go on to the next area, at least I'll always have her writing on my arm. That was sort of the feeling I had behind it.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm sure Steve was the same way. I just sort of like always thought about it, but I was like, nah, I don't need to get one. Like I don't like it. I never got the bug, and it was sort of it needed to mean something. I lost a brother a while back too. That was something that sort of piqued my interest. I have a friend who's a tattoo artist, and he's excellent, and he owns Free World Tattoo, and he basically he's going to do it for me, but it's not going to be like anything elaborate. I think it'll just be simple and something that's meaningful to me,
Well, see, the funny thing about guys with tattoos or people with tattoos, we don't judge people who don't have them.
No, not at all.
You know what I
it's
mean?
True. It used to be the other way. Right? Remember, people like even when your mom was probably upset that you got one, it was because it was sort of like there was like a stigma.
There
right?
wasn't, and still is for certain people.
I wouldn't say so because I think
I
it's
do.
I think it's the other way now. Actually, Steve and I are the outliers.
Damn right, yeah.
You're like,
Come here, Steve.
Because I
Come here, Steve.
remember you couldn't have. I remember I working jobs where you couldn't have
Yeah.
your tattoos showing, right? Like I had, obviously unless you were in the back of the house or something in the restaurants, but.
We've come a long way.
At Lone Star, when I worked there, you couldn't have tattoos on your arms. It was just not. It wasn't a thing. Like they wouldn't hire you.
I work in the school system.
Yeah,
I work at the Catholic school board. I was scared that I wouldn't be able to get in until I went in. My buddy's like, "You're fine." I walk in for my first day. There's a guy. He's 25 years old. He's got more than me. I'm like, "Okay, I'm okay." Yeah, we're good. And I thought if anybody was going to have an issue with it, it would be the Catholic school board. No offense to, but they don't care anymore. That's because they need people.
I don't think they care. Well,
changed a lot.
Yeah, it has
it's
changed a
that,
lot.
and it's also it's not a. It's people. A lot of people have tattoos, so it just sort of changed.
Yep.
It's a big fashion thing now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, back in the day when we were younger, like you didn't see police officers with tattoos.
Nope.
Now they use them for intimidation.
Yeah.
Like you see, every cop you see, man,
It works, doesn't it?
tattooed.
Swastika.
But know what? They're
No.
normal like all of us, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like a new thing, and for a lot of people, it's almost like therapy.
Yeah.
For me, it was like therapy.
That's what my buddy calls
It
it.
literally, like,
Ink
if I had a
therapy.
headache and when I got my neck tattooed, man, my headache was gone. I was almost asleep. But he was like, "How the hell are you sleeping through a neck tattoo?"
Yeah.
Like outline, color,
Look at,
everything.
look
Just
at
go
this
nuts,
paint on
man.
Steve's face here. He's just like,
No neck tattoo for me.
I know.
Yeah, it won't be on my neck.
We're actually going to take up a collection to get Steve a tattoo.
Yep. So,
So here's the number to call: 1-800-GET-STEVE-A-TATTOO.
Yeah, just send us money.
Yeah.
and we'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll get back to you.
1-800-GET-TATS.
Yeah.
There we go. If we get 1,000, I'll go.
Oh,
Is that a challenge?
I have no problem finding you $1,000.
Okay, sure.
I'm a tremendous fundraiser.
But I get to choose what it is.
fair.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Rockin' Engine for life.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You sure you want to do that?
No, you guys' merch is sick, boys. Let me tell you.
It's on
As
it's
a joke.
It's recorded.
As a joke.
I said it after too.
It's recorded in 2 spots. It's audio and video.
Yeah, and I'm not going to tamper with this, so it's here forever.
Steve and I will go
Rockin'
together.
Engine.
Forever.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is there a dream? Is there a dream collaboration? Like, is there something like if you could open for a band, or if you could do a song with any band member or whatever? Is there something that sort of comes to mind when I say that question?
Well, for me, I think it would be anyone from Slipknot. That would be like freaking amazing. I love Corey Taylor.
Just thinking the same thing.
He's an insane vocalist. Even though a lot of people don't like the type of metal that he sings, the way that he sings. No, it's kind of different. But he's just a freaking animal on stage. I saw him live in Ottawa, and I was like in awe the whole time. I was looking at him, and I was like, how does this guy even have the energy to do all this in one show?
Mm-hmm.
And he does this day after day after day. And I was like, wow, okay, this is insane. So yeah, I mean, Corey Taylor is really on top of my list. If it could happen, well, goddamn, I mean, that would be freaking great. Other than that, I mean, collaborations. I don't know. I mean, we've been in like super fortunate to open for like super big bands, super big musicians. That at some point I just kind of lost the dream of playing with like bigger renowned artists. I mean, we opened for Yngwie Malmsteen. I mean, that was freaking crazy. Death Angel, and when you get to chat with these musicians, you just realize that they're people like you. They're not like, except Yngwie Malmsteen, he's a dick. But yeah, I said it.
Oops.
Yeah, he's a dick.
And we ain't editing it either.
No.
Yngwie.
But he's an animal guitarist. So yeah, I mean, at some point, he has his thing, and it's fine. But I mean, Death Angel was one of the bands that we opened for that I was really, really impressed. I mean, the guys are super nice. We had a chance to chat with them, have a drink with them, and super cool guys. So when you get the chance to talk to musicians like that, it kind of brings you to a point where you understand that you're all living the same dream at some point. But I mean, I don't know, collaborations. I have no idea, to be honest. Besides Corey Taylor, like right off the bat here, but
Lamb of God.
Lamb of God, yeah, that would be fucking nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
Yep.
Myself,
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, baby.
Taylor Swift, man. I tell you the truth, probably would sell a lot. No, actually,
Your merch sales will go through the roof.
yeah, exactly. Maybe the arena tours would happen too.
Whoa.
Yeah,
You sure you want to play music with them?
yeah, no, you never know, eh?
Bullet for my Valentine.
I think for me, it'd be more like John Corabi.
Yeah.
Like I've known John with Scotty and Dion and them for like many years now.
Yep.
And the guy's just such a humble guy. We always chill out when he comes into town. He makes an effort to hang out with everybody. He's like really humble, right? Down to earth. You wouldn't expect he's definitely not like any of the other crew guys.
Yeah.
I met Tommy, very big ego. Didn't meet the others.
Yeah.
But I could just imagine that cookie follow, the crumbs all follow, right?
Yeah.
This guy didn't fall from the same cookie.
Well, he was with them for the one album, right?
Yeah, he was with them for
Yeah.
the Motley Crue album.
Yeah.
So greatest friggin' album. If you ask me, probably one of the heaviest Motley Crue albums. Ones with more, I don't know. It was different,
Mm-hmm.
And that guy just as a singer, guitarist, I think he'd be able to do just about anything. Well established, really good guy. That would be my pick.
Yeah. Cool.
Which song is the big song on that album?
Hooligans Holiday.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's a crazy
But
one. And then
the whole album,
Mick,
right,
Mick
beginning
showed
to
up
end.
after that. Mick Mars.
No, Mick Mars was over there.
Yeah.
He replaced Vince Neil.
Oh, okay.
So he gave Mick Mars more freedom to play by playing guitar as well, not just being the singer, right?
Of course.
So he added that extra element to Motley Crue. That's why that album was so different.
Well, Vince had no ego, did he? Vince Neil?
I never met Vince, so but I'm sure he was probably one of the biggest ones.
I was going to
Was that a rhetorical question, I'm
it was
thinking?
a bullshit question. Yeah. They were all fucked up, but back then, I would think that he just seemed like he had a big ego. So I would imagine.
Another really cool collaboration that would be with Rob Zombie.
Absolutely.
I mean, with all the our
For what we're
theme,
into.
horror theme and everything, I think
yeah.
that would be a great matchup.
And he'd do like a great video for you guys. Too,
Oh,
right?
I'm kind of surprised that name didn't come up a little bit earlier. Thinking,
Yeah, to be honest, and it's weird because I thought about it like several times before that. I've been asked this question before, and Corey Taylor is the first that popped in my head. But yeah, definitely Rob Zombie. That would be nice. John 5, that would be crazy too.
That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely Rob Zombie.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one here. I promised I'd ask this question. What inspired you guys to take more of a horror movie theme to your music?
Okay, well, I can answer that. When we started to write the music for this album, for the last album, Altered by Evil, we didn't really have a theme going on. It was just mainly just the music and stuff like that. That's what the way we write, basically. So we write the music, and afterwards, I get the inspiration. We get the inspiration, for the lyrics afterwards. The way that music sounds and everything. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. No, I'll do little things around that.
But at some point we were writing this album during the pandemic, and I was a teacher at the time, and there was a moment where I had to stay at home, so I couldn't work. And I did a lot of Netflix and chill at that time. So a lot of horror movies and stuff like that, and I've been watching horror movies since I was like 5 years old. So at some point I started, my inspiration was always, towards horror themes, serial killer documentaries and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I mean, that would be cool. I mean, to have some lyrics, horror oriented and stuff like that. So I started writing, and it was just flowing. And I was like, okay, I love it. I love the theme. I love it just fits super well with the music. And at some point I just, literally vomited like 6 songs. And I was like, look at this, guys.
Look at my vomit.
look at my puke. I mean, that was it. I mean, it was, we changed some things, here and there afterwards, but, all the lyrics were pretty written at the same time, when I was listening to a lot of horror movies.
Okay.
Yep.
And it wasn't too much of a stretch to get these guys involved in that, I bet.
No, it wasn't too hard.
No. Hey, boys.
Have you seen some of JP's photos?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
JP
I can't sleep at night.
He had a photo shoot. He showed me some awesome photos. Plus, we geeked out about some.
Yes, you did.
Exorcist and Jason Voorhees and stuff.
Yeah.
I love horror movies as well, and it's like, I don't know. It's just we kind of had a little chat about it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite horror movie, boys?
Ooh,
that's a hard one.
Or series? We'll say series.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm a big Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
fan.
Nightmare on Elm Street is definitely my top
Fuck, man,
favorite.
That fucked me up for years and years and years.
And
my brother showed it to me when I was like 8 years old.
Yeah, I was around.
what are brothers for?
Yeah, I did the same to my brothers.
You'll never sleep again.
So This is why they're all fucked up today.
That's the DNA of an older brother, right? You got to mess up your younger brothers. It's in our DNA.
Oh yeah.
I got a cool movie you should watch.
Yeah, you should watch this. It's really good.
I'm going to leave though.
And I'm going to turn out the lights, and you're all alone.
Put his Freddy fucking mask on.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. More recent ones, I'd say that House of a Thousand Corpses. A movie that I really, really enjoyed. Devil's Rejects, and Terrifier. Terrifier 2.
Do you guys like the Saw series? There's a new Saw movie coming out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Apparently, it's going back to like Jigsaw is going to be in it at the beginning, sort of.
Okay.
Of his tyrants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. I like the original Saw movie, and then I kind of got into the series, but it kind of went weird for a while. But apparently it's going back to.
At some point, I kind of lost. It kind of lost me because I think it was just like gore, just free gore all around the movies. I like the first three movies because it was more like psychological.
Yeah, it has a story too, right?
There was a story to it.
Yeah.
When you put yourself into that person's place and you have to make a choice, and that's the aspect that I really loved about it. But afterwards, you kind of lose that into the movies after. And so that's why I was okay. The first three, I was like, I love them, but afterwards, it kind of lost me.
I agree with that 100%. I start like first three, yep, awesome, and then it's like, whatever.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to get rolled on the question.
We have one more question. We have one more thing to talk about. We have to talk about Rocktoberfest, baby.
Yeah, well, let's do that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So you're playing Rocktoberfest. Obviously, a great thing that they're putting together for sure. You excited about that?
Nope, no, not at all.
No, they're not whatsoever. Let's not talk. Let's talk about something else.
Dawg, I'm pretty sure I asked them.
No, you didn't. I'm getting excited about it. So leave me alone.
So yeah,
go ahead, Steve.
No, we're really excited. Obviously, we're putting up our first theatrical show, which is kind of a new thing, I guess, in Ottawa. We don't see a lot of that, and at least not the bands that I know of. And so, yeah, we're going to bring our theme from Carnival of Evil to a live set. And we're going to have many actors to help us out, many performers. So it's going to be our first shot at this. It may not go exactly as planned, but we don't care. We're going to have fun nonetheless. And we're going to have a few surprises for sure during the show, especially at the end, just saying.
You guys are October 27th, right? Because it's a 3-day event, right?
Yeah, we're playing on Friday night, so it's the 27th, and there is Resist the Throne and High Teens playing before us. So, and I think there are a few activities as well, like a costume competition, and there's a photo booth that people are going to be able to have nice pics. So yeah, we've started to share a little bit of our creations that we're going to put up on stage during the show. If people want to have pictures, with these little fun stuff afterwards, I'm pretty sure they'll be they'll be able to do so. But yeah, it's definitely going to be fun. It's going to be different. It's going to be a challenge, but we love a challenge, and I think it's going to be one hell of a great Halloween party for sure.
It's going to be epic, man. You can't miss this. It's going to be insane. I'm not a Halloween guy, and I'm excited about this.
Well, you can't say I'm not anymore.
Okay, I am a Halloween guy now.
You're in.
I'm in.
I was talking about.
I'm in.
I'm going to the Mike Myers helmet or mask and drive around town and fuck with people. It's happening.
I could do that too with the beard hanging out below it, right? You'll probably lose the effect.
You have to video me while I'm driving.
Oh, of course I do.
Play the Halloween music really loud.
Right, gotcha. I'm in. Let's do it. And if we don't make the show, it just means we got arrested for terrorizing a neighborhood, and we didn't make it to the show.
Yeah. If we miss it, you know why. Yeah.
Just send us a text and.
Can you come get us out of jail?
You'll see the pic. We're both in handcuffs.
Yeah.
Bail is $20,000.
Sure, make it be all over that.
Oh yeah, she'd love that.
So, Joe, are you excited for the 27th?
Yeah, man.
Do you want to talk about what you're building right now?
Oh
yeah. And by the way, 2 carpenters and an electrician in this band, right?
Yeah. Well, can I give all the details or?
Well, you can give some of them.
Give us
not the end result.
We keep in mind that of our last video, Carnival of Evil, we don't want to repeat all the props because we all seen that in the video, of course.
Yeah.
But we have in mind that building something smaller a little bit that we can bring on the stage for express for the Rainbow Bistro. It's a kind of torture machine, so it's going to be like a big hammer, or it's going to crush the head of our witch. Yeah, we build, but yeah, we're building.
Some nice
I'm a carpenter, so
yes.
I build everything
It's a
My-
family,
my hands.
Family show.
Yep, family-friendly show
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
We're gonna
With some
crush
amazing
the head of a
props.
witch. Bring the kids. Fucking right. It's a rock show, man. I love it. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, then, yeah, that's it.
I mean,
We-
Alice Cooper did it.
We try
True.
as much as
What could
possible
go
to
wrong?
do. Yeah, we tried as much as possible to do all of our stuff and make the original. And we have, when I'm with Steve, we chatting and we have a lot of crazy idea all the time, and we just building around it. And hey man, that would be a great idea. Just to, if we can crush the head of someone on stage, and that the blood is gonna splatter everywhere. Oh yeah, wow. Okay, well, we'll find out a way to do it, and then we'll make it happen.
So some would think that like you might need therapy, guys. Like there's something going on.
Yeah, it's too late for that.
Yeah, it's like what'd be cool? The head gets crushed.
This would be really cool if this happens when
While I'm playing the
I could just
drums.
yeah, just get picture this in
I
there.
like it.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's awesome.
But yeah, we have a lot of fun building these props. It's, like he said, when we discuss the ideas and we share, we brainstorm on them. At some point we were when we were building the props for Monsters Under Your Bed. We were thinking about how we were gonna create that blood splatter like in the movies, like the same type of effect. And so at some point we said, well, we should build a blood cannon. A blood cannon? Yeah, fuck yeah, a blood cannon, man. so we built a blood cannon
While you were having eggs Benedict.
Yeah. No, exactly. So we have our air compressor and we have like all our tubes and everything, and we just built something with the ball valve and everything. So
That's awesome.
that's how we created the effect.
Nice.
So cool.
And we were like two children, trying this out in the snow with all the blood, and we were just playing, laughing like super loud. And
Fucking neighbors are like, what the fuck is going on out
what's
there?
going on?
And then
There's blood everywhere.
some people shoot T-shirts out of these kind of cannons. No, we're gonna shoot blood.
Yep.
And
Why not?
T-shirts are overrated.
Just regular stuff,
Blood, a little bit of viscera, all that kind of stuff. Let's do that.
I'll probably stand like a little further back from the stage just in case.
Because now we know,
You
right?
can't ruin my hair and stuff.
Oh yeah, don't ruin his hair, boys.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, all right. Don't.
Yeah, now they're gonna fuck with me for
nowhere
sure.
close to what Gigi Allen would do.
True. All right.
We could. No, I don't.
Yeah, well,
I don't think I'd ever go to that point.
you want to get invited back to the bistro. This is the
That's
thing, boys,
right.
right?
That's right.
Oh, Steve's like maybe. I'm not really sure.
We'll see how
Yeah,
it
we'll
goes.
clean up. We'll clean up our mess afterwards.
We do clean up. Though.
Yeah.
I guess we're cleaning up.
Clean up detail, aisle 3. All right, ask the question.
No, it's yours. because,
Okay,
they're
boys,
all-
we do this every show since we started having interviews on the show, and we don't. It's just, what's your favorite genre? Or sorry, what's your favorite decade? 80s or 90s? We didn't include the 70s. We just 80s or 90s, just because it's between the two of us.
For me, it's 80s.
It's 80s.
JP,
That's a tough one, man. Combo. But yeah, I have to go with 80s.
yeah.
I hate the 90s, so I say 80s.
Boom goes the dynamite.
nice.
Thanks,
meeting-
boys.
Nice meeting you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
So the big, if you don't know, boys, the thing is,
hit the
we
bricks.
ask it every time because James is a huge 90s hip hop. He's already said that.
Yep.
I grew up with 80s music because, and whatever, but I also love a lot of the 90s stuff as well. But it's just a little fun thing that we
all
ask.
the metal,
right?
all the metal that I like is 80s.
Yeah.
I got into Metallica eventually, and they were 80s.
Yes, they were.
Then I loved them in the 90s,
Mhm.
and I love grunge music too because it was kind of like my age group. I was like raised in the 90s, so But I have nothing against the 80s. It's just a fun little little thing we do.
We make it.
I
up
don't
to
get
people.
shut out usually by
No,
four people,
no,
but
that was awesome, boys. Woo!
certainly, yeah. You made Dog's week, so he'll be
Fuck my month. What are you talking about? A week? Jesus.
Check out October 27th. The guys are playing Rocktoberfest. It's going to be an amazing show all weekend long, and we are sponsors, which is wonderful as well. And gentlemen, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having us.
I told
thank
you.
you.
Wait, I need to do
It's
this.
our pleasure.
Oh, he just
Johnny Carson,
he
baby.
just Carsoned him. Yeah.
Well, there's a joke because Gus had cue cards made up,
yeah.
and then he gave me grief for not writing anything on them. So I actually wrote my questions on that cue card.
So all you're missing is a Paul Schaefer. So when that
Exactly.
thing goes flying, the broken glass. That's all we're missing. Paul Schaefer.
Damn it.
Oh, if we hang out with these guys long enough, they'll just break the fucking glass.
Wait.
It's like,
I hope he doesn't nail us for royalties just for saying his name.
No, boy. Yeah, he could be like that.
Schaefer's a piece of work.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway,
Yeah,
thanks, boys.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll
Thank
see
you,
you,
guys.
we'll see you on the
Thank you, guys.
27th. We'll see you on the
Absolutely.
27th. Yeah.
Peace,
You guys as
guys.
well. Peace.